Hello and welcome back to Batman Beyond or Forever or whichever one it is. It's one of those.
It,
Uh,
the joke is supposed to be Batman Forever, but even then,
I
that's still
know, I know.
still not a good title for the podcast. So I guess
No.
we'll move on. Just move
Yeah,
on.
it's
Yeah.
slight copyrighted issues.
Yeah, but Batman Beyond's copyright's available.
Yeah.
I think that's copyright's probably actually it's more recent, so it's less available.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
But
the copyright for Batman Beyond or Forever or whatever is available, so we're fine.
that one is fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
we just have to put a hyphen between Bat and Man.
Yeah.
Uh, but we last left off with our valiant heroes heading to the old wizard's tower on the lake.
A grand
They,
tower by the sea. Yes.
Yes.
One might call it that, yeah.
But not by the sea. No one would call it that.
Oh.
But, it happens.
Yeah, but for the sake of like what I can put in the tags, it's that
Yeah.
by the sea. Got to get that seal money in.
Yeah.
You know.
But you guys approached this tower trying to check out the cart that was out in front of it, which exploded when you tried to open the door. So that was fun.
It's crazy that happened. No one's fault, really. Just kind of weird coincidence.
Yeah, it could happen to anyone, really.
Then you guys approached the door, tried to touch it, got zapped, and
That
decided
one was
that
actually Mooney's fault.
you would instead try to
No,
go
it
up
could
the
happen to anyone.
scaffolding. But due to its rickety nature and how much it was swaying, three of you guys stayed below, kind of trying to keep the thing steady, as Moony went up the scaffolding to have a look around.
Yeah.
So,
An
Moony,
idiot.
you are now on the third floor scaffolding,
Wait.
kind of swaying in the wind.
Hate to do this, but can you introduce us?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, need
Yeah.
listeners.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It has
It has been a while.
So we'll go ahead.
Well, I'll start because my name is
Mooney.
Austin
Okay.
/Parfait, and I'm playing John Bloodstone, the human. What else? What the crap am I even? I don't remember.
He just wants it to be about him.
Barbarian rogue. It's been so long. I'm also a demon hunter. Rawr.
Yes.
The rawr is part of it.
Yeah. It's
Part of his job title.
All right,
Yeah.
Chris, your turn. Go.
You understand. My name is Chris/Awks, and I'll be playing Moony Moonsong Sanders, the rock gnome, drunken master monk, and emphasis on the drunken
Yeah.
master. It is
Yeah,
getting
Definitely
worse.
on the drunken.
For those of you wondering,
Yeah. He's a master of drinking.
yeah, truly, it is astonishing how much he can drink without
Yes.
his kidneys failing.
And as always, joining our intrepid heroes, we have Vela, the tiefling paladin, and James, the human warlock, who's
Being
not
played by
old
who?
and the greatest.
Who are you?
I
Gosh, I
am-
know it's been a while, but gosh, intros aren't that hard. Who are you?
I don't need a name.
That's CJ/Alpha, and he's our
Yeah.
dungeon master.
Oh yeah,
I am.
Gosh, I know it's been like 3 weeks, but still.
Who I am is not important. It's what I do. But regardless, we wasted like 6 minutes before going into it. I wanted to kind of roll into the actual game.
Yeah, but people might
Yeah.
be tuning in who've never seen us.
Maybe, but I'm sure they'll get it. They're smart. They found
Oopsie.
us.
This is an audio podcast. They would have no idea who we are. I mean, no one listens to it, but it is there. It's on Spotify.
Yeah,
it's available.
Yeah.
it's fair. But anyways, Moony, you're at the top of the scaffolding, kind of looking
Yes.
into this broken hole in the side of the wall of the tower.
Wouldn't be the first time.
The scaffolding kind of swaying in the breeze as you look into this kind of very, very moldy, kind of black mildew growing on the walls. The wooden floor seems completely rotten and falling away and some holes on the ground, and a large square hole in the center with 4 rusted chains kind of coming down from the ceiling
Do I
and
have
descending deeper into the tower.
a N95 mask? I don't want to, inhale any black mold.
No, those don't exist yet.
Ah, crap.
Wait, yeah, is this in the past? I thought this was just a different world.
I mean, who knows? In the
Oh.
future of this world, they could have M95 masks.
That's my new goal, is to invent them.
Salad.
I mean, the entirety of most of the campaigns I run are all like fantasy worlds made modern. So,
Yeah, shoot. Guess I'll do an investigation check and see if I can notice anything that might be able to get me safely into the tower and lower
right.
myself in, unlock the door for everyone else.
Yeah.
11.
So, with an 11, you're looking around and you would guess, based on how kind of rotten the floor is here, you don't think it can actually hold all that much weight on it without just kind of collapsing underneath you. You think that maybe through like the holes there, maybe you could use the chains to kind of belay yourself down to a lower level to try to like open the door from within. But you're not sure how strong they are. You can't see where they connect to the ceiling. But they are still hanging there, so maybe they can support your weight. You're not sure.
Well, either way, Mooney takes a sip from his flask.
What a surprise.
Hold on.
Hey, he's got to get courage, man.
And he says, well, only one way to find out. And he, I guess, makes an acrobatics check to see if he can make it to this chain. Does a 19 make it to the chain?
So he's just jumping. Yes. With a 19, you are able to grab a hold of the chain, just kind of launching yourself through the air towards one of these rusty chains. You grab it tightly in your hands, kind of.
Yeah.
The
So is
rust
the chain
kind of
attached to anything?
scraping into your flesh a little bit, kind of dangling there for a moment as
Do you
just
have
like
fantasy tetanus shot?
the.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been to the fantasy doctors.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it's fine.
Just want to make sure you're not gonna like die of tetanus.
As like
It's a month
rust flakes just kind of fly off
Well, I'm
into the air
poison and
around
disease
you.
immune, so you don't need to worry about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, you're good. But you are dangling there from this chain that does remarkably seem to be holding your weight.
Oh.
Outstanding. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to descend down the chain into the lower
Okay.
levels of the tower.
Yeah, you are absolutely able to do that.
Can't wait to die.
What is your just strength score?
You'll be surprised to hear that I have a 8
Mhm.
Cool.
with a -1 modifier, but I do
All right,
have an
and-
advantage on saving throws.
Mhm. And you don't have a climbing speed. Correct?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I will just need an athletics check to see how well you're able to just kind of crawl your way down the chain. Okay.
Crit fail with a 0.
Okay. So, Moody.
It's been nice knowing you guys.
We're not even gonna know you died.
Oh no, you're just gonna be like, you sure is taking a while getting to that door.
Well, the major question is, Mooney, do you let out a scream as you fall?
I don't think he does. I don't think he realizes what's happening, to be honest. I think he might be too intoxicated.
With kind of the rust that's on this chain and the amount that's kind of built up on your hands, as you start to kind of pull yourself downwards, your hand just kind of slips, and with that, your other hand slips off. And you begin to fall down this kind of center shaft almost of the tower, falling down through the second floor and down to the first floor. And you, in total for that, you would have fallen 40 feet. So that would be 4d6. I'm assuming that you're going to try to reaction Featherfall.
Yeah.
Like with your, with, you know, being a monk.
You understand.
All right, so we'll do the 4d6. So
Whoa. And I also
23
have slow
is
fall,
the
so I take
bludgeoning damage.
How much?
So you have slow fall, yeah, is what I was saying. So slow fall, you can use your reaction to negate an
Reduce
amount of reduce
Any
the fall
falling damage I take by 30. I don't take any damage.
Okay.
All right. So you use your reaction to do that. Yeah, because it's just like monk level times something. So this slipping out of your hands, you kind of fall down the center shaft here, and as you're kind of tumbling down, you kind of catch yourself a little bit on the chains, slow yourself to a stop, and land almost silently on the ground.
Like, I'm both happy that you didn't die, but also mad that you didn't at least get hurt.
That's the power of being a drunken master monk, baby. He says to himself as he is fallen down this chain very ungracefully. No one else there to witness it.
Yeah. No one will ever know what happened.
Standing
Stumbles
on...
towards the front door.
Yeah. You standing in the middle of this room here, you see this kind of flagstone floor strewed with debris fallen from the floors above. There's a few crates off to the east side of the wall, and there's a torn curtain that kind of covers that front entryway. You do see this kind of indentation on the floor that you're standing on. That seems to have two large pulleys connected to iron chains that are the four that you saw stretching down from the ceiling. And next to all the chains, you see these large clay statues, about 4 feet tall.
Interesting. I'd like to make an Arcana check on those there statues, because they do look quite magical in nature.
Okay.
Well, based
yeah.
on the fact that, you know, weird magical lightning sprouted from the tower.
Mm-hmm. You don't know enough about magic personally to know any sort of specifics around this, but you have encountered enchanted constructs before, so it's possible that something like that exists, but you wouldn't really know what you're looking for something like that. You really are just kind of it's a possibility, but you're not certain if that's what's going on.
Oh man, we really sent in the worst person to figure out how to disarm this magical puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
And I did lie. I'm not dumb. I am above average intelligence, and that is it.
I have an advantage on Arcana check. You should send me in.
But I do know that it's probably magical in nature. I guess I try to pull the levers.
So there aren't actually any levers. There's just
it's just pulleys?
There's just the chains and pulleys. You don't see any sort of mechanical levers or anything on the walls or near the platform you're on.
I guess Moony will try to tug on the pulleys and see what happens.
Okay. So the pulleys are kind of connected to those chains in the floor. So as you go over to one and you kind of pull on it, it's actually give me an athletics check.
Oh God. We know how this goes.
You'll net 20 this one.
Yeah,
no.
nice one. How does a one do for that?
You yank on this with all of your might, but it seems almost like it's rusted shut.
Fair. All right. Mooney's just gonna go ahead and do what Mooney does and take his a magically sharpened spear and smash the statues to the best of his abilities.
Okay. All right. So I will need you to just make an attack roll then.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Gotcha. Loud and clear.
I'm scared.
Oh, don't worry about that. That's the only thing I can do is hit things.
No,
Okay.
I'm scared what's going to happen.
What
when
were you
do
targeting?
this.
Huh?
Which direction were you targeting?
Oh, the left one, because left is always wrong.
Which
right
left
is right.
one?
Huh?
Which left one? Because there's like one in each corner of where you are right now.
Oh, there's 4 statues?
Yes.
Let's go with the left front.
Okay. So as you do that,
I die instantly. No?
No, somehow it'll be something else, some other damage you negate.
the golems come to life.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh no, you're going to die in there alone.
Yeah, sure I am, Austin. I can't wait to die alone in this tower.
I'm just
all by
here this
myself.
episode. I don't even get to do anything. Because you're going to die.
You get to witness Mooney die.
No, I
kind
don't.
of.
I don't get to see any of it. I see a...
You is Austin gets to witness Mooney die.
I mean, I don't get to see anything. I can hear it. I don't see the tower. I see the outside of the tower, because that's where my character is.
Yeah, for the sake of...
For stream? Okay, you gonna bring me in?
Yeah, for the sake of stream, I'm going to put you
All
in
right.
so that everyone can see.
Alright, cool.
There you go.
All right, now I get to see.
Flag. Oh, would you look at that? 4 golems.
Oh,
Mhm.
crap. You're gonna die?
All
No,
right,
I'm
and
sick and
Mooney,
cool.
I'm
How much
going
health
to
do you
need
have right now,
to
Mooney?
roll initiative.
28?
Okay.
Yeah, you understand.
Okay. Oh.
Good thing
My
I'm
heart!
rolling fire. Wait, I wasn't rolling on
No, you rolled a 5. Give him the 5 you rolled.
D&DBeyond.
It happened.
God, I'm rolling so many crit fails. This game.
Uh-huh.
Dang it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, one of the
Yeah,
worst.
just go ahead and click on your token and roll that one again.
Oh, right.
'Cause you didn't, yeah, you didn't get an initiative from it.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's what I actually...
No, he rolled a 5.
He did roll a 5.
Oh, no!
Regardless, he would have been going ahead because Dex tie.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark where John actually is. Okay,
Nice
so
knowing you, Mooney.
Mooney, you just struck your spear forward into this thing, and you chipped off a piece of it, and then all 4 of them suddenly started moving.
Whoa. Did I hit its AC?
Yes.
Sick. Did I do damage to this one golem?
Yes, you did damage to that one golem.
He said he chipped off a piece.
I did 8 damage, baby. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And you know its AC is somewhere around... Could be somewhere around 20.
Yeah, it's at least 20.
Yeah. You could... Jeez.
So what
so
are you doing?
I guess Mooney looks around and sees that he is outnumbered 4-1.
Mhm.
He looks ahead and sees... Is the door made of wood?
So there is a curtain in front of the door, so you can't quite see it from where you are. But if let me.
I mean, Mooney did also try to open the door from the front.
Yes,
So
yeah, that's why I'm pulling up the handout. The door itself is actually pretty much solid iron
Ooh, yikes.
with a wooden frame to it.
Oh.
It's probably the least decayed thing in this entire place,
Yep.
aside from maybe the stone walls.
Not to metagame, but if you move, you'll have 4 attacks of opportunity on you.
2, depending on where he goes.
Isn't he still near enough to the other ones that they'll hit him? Wouldn't all of them hit him if he tried to go?
Only when you leave threatened range do
Okay.
you proc an opportunity attack.
Okay, fair enough.
So since he would be going further into the range of the other 2, it wouldn't affect anything.
Actually,
Only if
I
he
can
tried to
use a
leave
key
their
point to
range.
take a step of the wind to
Yep.
disengage
It's true.
as a
Yep.
bonus action.
You can absolutely do that.
And then I am going to run towards the door
All right.
and make attacks on the door frame.
Okay, so you're just going to straight up start attacking the door?
Yeah. Moony wants to get out and
Okay.
open the door, if possible, for his
How
friend.
close are we standing outside?
You guys are...
Like right on the perimeter? Yeah, that's what I
On-
thought. Okay, cool.
yeah,
cool,
you
cool.
guys are on the kind of the other side of this wall here.
Yeah.
Up to
So, like-
kind of the northwest.
When he creates this electricity that comes from all of it, it'll hit us. Got it. Cool. I'm cool with that.
If. Because I'm attacking from the inside and not the outside, and that might make a difference.
I like your game plan of if you have to die, you'll kill us all, and I respect that.
Yeah.
It happens.
You understand.
know?
Yeah, I love also the idea of like if this does kill us, that we just die and don't know why. It's like we just get electrocuted to death.
All right, and I am making an attack on the door frame. Let's see. Survey says, "Bing bong." Ooh, I
All right.
really hit that ding dang door frame.
It is a door,
Wait,
so
what-
yeah, you hit it.
But what about
one or the other, baby.
I hate.
that
But
nat
before we
20.
do the door frame, don't we have to do the attack of opportunity? I don't want him to die, but like,
No, because
Oh,
I
I mean-
don't
Oh,
you
get
keep-
attack
I
of
forgot that,
opportunity.
yeah.
I took a,
You're right.
I took a disengage.
I'm sorry, I'm tired.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so you kind of jam the spear into the wood of the door frame. You find as your spear hits it that it feels almost like you're striking into a tree. Like this wood does not feel rotten in any way. It feels almost like maybe it's magically preserved.
Crazy how that would work.
So you do some damage to it. You do kind of pierce into it, but not nearly as much as you might have hoped for.
Yeah.
So, is that everything?
Well, I took my bonus action
Mm-hmm. That was your
So
bonus action and action.
and
Are you
action.
trying
So
to? Are you trying to move anymore? I assume not.
I don't really think it's going to make a big difference, so no.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
The golem's turn.
I'm gonna miss Moony.
Yeah,
This
I'm gonna miss
one
me too.
right here is going to go ahead and turn towards you. And it is going to slam down its clay fists on you.
Yeah, it's gonna hit actually really hard.
Oh,
That's what it's gonna do.
So it will hit with that for 16 bludgeoning damage.
Aww.
Oh,
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
13.
That does not meet the DC, so your maximum HP is reduced by 16 as well.
So I now have no hit points left.
No, your maximum HP is reduced by 16, not your current. Basically, this thing broke your bones.
16 is gonna reduce me to 29 HP max. Pretty cool.
yeah. And you're now
Hey,
at 12
it happens
HP, right?
It happens a
Yeah.
couple more times, and you'll be back up to full. And it will try to slam down with its other fist.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Oh,
And it hits.
oh,
Which will deal another 16 damage.
oh.
I am now at
Knocking-
negative 4 HP.
Moony down. Moony, you are unconscious. You fall onto the ground,
Goodbye, world.
kind of part way in to the little alcove in which the door resides. And Moony, you can't see anything that happens from here. So I'll go ahead and ask, what's everyone doing outside?
How loud are golems? We have heard this, at least slam.
We
You
hear
guys
the
would have
slamming and the
heard.
breaking of my bones.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys would have heard a crashing sound.
Well, that doesn't sound good. Should we go in? How would we get? Do we try to go upstairs?
I mean, I don't know if this thing will even hold us.
I mean, we can't just leave him to die. And that did not sound good.
Right in there!
They didn't hear
Well,
him.
either he can't hear me or something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
Moony, I'm gonna need you to make a death saving throw.
Yeah, you are. Hold on. Trying to figure out how do I do that again? It's been a minute.
Just on your character sheet, if you have yourself dropped to 0, it'll automatically show it.
Ah, yeah, I haven't dropped myself to 0 yet. Let me correct that.
Yep. So it'll show failure or success, and you can open that up and click on the die icon to roll it.
Life changes. Go.
Or you can just roll a d20, since nothing actually gets added to it.
And
That is 2 failures.
Oh, guys, he crit failed for our audio listeners. If you don't understand, that's why he got.
why
two
am I
failures immediately.
failing so much in sessions? Ah!
Okay. So you guys did not hear any sort of a response back from
No, yeah. So I think I'm climbing up. I'm climbing up. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna climb up
I'm
the
gonna
scaffolding?
try. Yeah. I'm gonna
All
see
right.
what happens.
The other 2 are going to try to hold it steady
Okay.
for you. Are you taking your gear up?
I'm probably only taking my swords.
Okay.
I'm trying to get rid of as much weight as possible,
uh,
but still want to be able to do damage if I
Okay.
need to.
So so you're only taking your swords
Yeah,
up
just my
with
2
you.
short swords.
Okay. So you're not carrying your backpack.
No.
Okay.
I am distressed.
Okay. So let me just double check, just because this has a specific weight limit.
208 pounds is what I will be weighing with just me and my swords.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to need athletics checks from both Vela and James to see how well they can hold this thing up.
Please, God, help us all.
Oh, James with a 10.
Oh,
a
thank
16,
goodness,
a little
Vela.
bit more helpful.
With that, how quickly is John going up?
I'm running.
The scaffold.
I'm running.
Okay.
He's one of the few people I care about.
John, as you're sprinting up this scaffolding, clambering your way up onto the higher ledges, going up into the ladders, you feel the floors breaking beneath you as you run. You're barely able to get up onto the top of this ladder, up onto the top of the scaffolding, looking into this hole in the tower you see as the floor begins to collapse underneath you. What do?
I jump towards the chains.
Okay. I'm going to need you to make an athletics or acrobatics
We're
check.
gonna go acrobatics. I have plus 10. How about a 21?
You leap forward as the floor just collapses beneath you, spreading rubble on the ground around Vela and James, as you grab a hold of the chains, wrapping yourself tightly with them as you come to a stop, shaking in midair. The chains rattling with ungodly screeching from the metal anchors that hold them in place. What do you do?
I like try to slide down.
You descend?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to need that athletics check.
Okay. 21.
You are able to easily, adrenaline just surging through you. You're able to drop down through the layers, and you land on the ground here in the middle of this room. You see the 4 clay statues standing by, and Moony, his chest kind of almost misshapen, bruised, his whole body slammed into the ground as he lies there motionless.
I'm so dead, almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Moony, I'm
Yeah.
gonna need to make another death
Yep.
save.
Huh?
Just
What?
you can make one
No.
successful one. I can save you, maybe.
Survey.
Oh, frick.
Moony, you get 3 failed death saves. John, as you watch the slow rising and falling of Moony's chest stop, Moony, you feel yourself slipping away, remembering the times back at the monastery before you left to pursue your dreams, thinking back on those long nights with the other monks, drinking even though you weren't supposed to. And you think on what's still left to be done, all the things you've left unfinished. And you feel a warmth come over you, like you've just drank your favorite draught.
Yeah.
Why am I like actually almost coming to tears?
As you feel a hand reach and grab you and raise you back up. You see the face of a hooded man, the abbot, bringing you back as he promised he would. Moony, you are alive. You were revived from the dead.
Yeah, let's go have it.
That guy kind of sucks, actually. I mean,
Oh,
oh,
am I full
John,
HP?
you see Moony reawaken. Suddenly, color flashing back into his body, all of his wounds knitting themselves back together as he lets out a sudden gasp of air.
What? I was. How? What? What's happening? I'm alive? I don't understand. A single tear falls from his eye.
The golems stand at attention. They don't move to interact with you again. Just standing there like statues again. What do you guys do?
I think Mooney goes to take another sip of his drink, and he puts
Wonder
it down.
why. Oh, okay.
I don't understand.
John, you saw him die.
you were dead. I watched you stop breathing.
I felt me stop breathing. Oh, why am I alive? I shouldn't be alive. I don't I don't think. Right.
I don't know. Just glad you're all right.
Ugh. Strangely enough, the last thing I saw before coming back to life was the abbot.
I mean, that's disconcerting, but, you know, we'll count our blessings. You're here, and that's all that matters right now.
He kept his promise after all.
Hmm.
Huh. I suppose I was wrong about him. Do you think that perhaps the abbot was the wizard of this tower as well?
Hmm.
And the gargoyles, or whatever they are, seem to have stopped attacking.
It's true.
Either way, we need to get this door open so that James and Bailey can get in. Or do we?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we could search the area and see if there's anything even reason for them to come in.
That's true. And there are those crates over there by those statues. Suppose there might be something inside them of value.
Yeah. Supposed to, you know, find something here. I would remember it totally. It's totally. Look for a wizard's tower of the lake. I guess we're just good at the wizard's name will help us. Okay, well.
Do we know what the abbot's name is?
You were never given a name.
Dang it, Abbott.
He was only ever introduced as the abbot. As far as the name for like anything you would know about the tower itself, you guys did learn a little bit when you were in Valakai.
Hmm.
So I will have you guys make a history check.
Dang it.
Right.
Ooh,
Since you guys don't remember, I'll see what your characters remember.
Well, fetch me in the old price of remembrance.
So you, Mooney, you vaguely remember somebody mention like a Van Richten, something like that?
Right, Van Richardson, or Van, Rickle, Stein, Van Rich, Man, Van Richton. I think was the wizard's name of the tower, something. I'm a little bit drunk still, I think, even though I died. Van Rixton. Something?
I don't remember this conversation even happening where we were told about this.
You guys were
neither do
asking
I.
about the surrounding area.
No,
at the
yeah, but
bar.
I feel like with the 3, I don't even remember that conversation.
Oh, yeah, no, John does not.
No, that was in character.
No.
I
didn't know if you yourself was
I mean, I
saying you
also don't remember
it,
because that was probably like
and,
2 months ago, but
Yeah.
my
It
character
was
doesn't
quite a ways
remember
back.
either.
That's why I was like, yeah, I'll give him a history check. Instead of just
Yeah.
being like, oh, well, you don't remember. I mean, I'll just tell you.
Oopsie poopsie.
Yeah. I never like doing that to people because I know my memory is garbage.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so if you want to look around down here, you can absolutely investigate.
Woo!
All right. I will investigate, and before I do so, may I take a bathroom break?
Yeah, I
Mooney
mean,
is-
you don't
Mooney-
need my permission.
Sure.
Mooney has to use the restroom because he just died.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll roll
yeah.
the pee.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
In which corner are you peeing?
I forgot how to highlight things.
Just click and hold. When on like
In
the,
that corner,
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
fair.
over behind the crate.
I see. You've chosen death.
No, not again.
But yeah. Go ahead. Go to the bathroom.
All right, I'll be right back.
And me
I'll,
and
It's like
CJ,
discuss
the
what
Mooney's
he's
racing
looking at.
will, and me and
guess.
CJ will have a brief conversation for stream / so I don't have to edit this.
Yeah.
Enjoy
So,
So
well,
Batman
we can
Forever,
actually
it's
just
like a pretty good
continue.
movie, right?
Well, we can just
oh.
continue with what you find. If
Oh,
you
that's
want.
true. Yeah, I did roll
Yeah.
14 to see what I got.
Yeah. So as you look around, kind of are you kind of concentrating on
I'm
the
concentrating on
barrels
crates. Yeah,
or
the
the
barrels,
crates? I
whatever.
assume. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I figured
Those look
that's
like the
what you
only
were
thing I can
doing.
see in the room. I think I would look around and realize there's not much else.
Yeah, it's pretty much just rubble. This one indent section on the floor with the chains, the statues, and these crates.
Yeah.
So you kind of look through the crates, looking through them very thoroughly,
Mm-hmm.
but the wood is completely rotted
Mm.
away. There's nothing really inside of it, just kind of more dust and debris. Maybe they once held things,
Yeah.
but there's nothing remaining of whatever that
All
was.
right. Hmm. Well, I guess I'd look over at the chains and see the pulleys, and I'll also try to move the pulleys, see what that does.
Okay, give me an athletics.
Woo! 4 plus 7, so 11.
So you pull on one of these, and you do manage to get it to budge a little bit. You
Oh.
actually see that the platform kind of tilts slightly as you pull up on one of the chains.
Okay. Like just from that corner, basically.
Yep, just
Okay.
from the corner that you're pulling
Okay,
on.
I understand. This is basically an elevator, or whatever the fancy equivalent is.
I mean, elevator, yeah.
Yeah.
It's still an elevator. It's just
No.
not a mechanical one. Or, I guess, not
It is
an
mechanical
automatic.
still.
Yeah, it's still
There's
mechanical.
still mechanics involved.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to Batman Forever.
Yeah.
So Jim Carrey did a pretty good Riddler. I'll say it.
I've never seen Batman. Well, that Batman.
That's
I've
fair.
seen some
You're
Batman.
not missing much. It's one of the Joel
Yeah.
Schumacher ones. They're weird.
Yeah,
I think-
I agree. Joel Schumacher
Yeah.
is weird.
What
What did I miss?
So
I checked
checked
the,
the crate.
boxes and I was able to. There's nothing, and I also was able to move the pulley a little bit, and it moved the corner. It's an elevator,
Oh,
but we'd have to move all 4 pulleys at the same time, and
good. It's a good thing we have only 2 people and not 4 people in this
Yeah.
building.
Oh yeah. By the way, they won't be able to come in unless we figure out how to open this door, because the scaffold did break as I ran in here when I heard that thud of you falling or whatever happened to you getting hit. I guess I don't know.
Good. Great.
See, we are trapped in here.
It does appear that way, but I have been brought back to life.
That's true. So I mean, I guess if we die again, maybe I'll get brought back. You probably wouldn't.
There's a chance, yeah. No, I almost certainly will die for sure this time. I do remember that there was also the mention of a guide.
Yeah, but we'd have to know the name of the wizard. And
Well, luckily, I remember vaguely that Van Richten may have been the name.
you keep,
Maybe.
but you're saying that nothing's happening. So I don't know if. I don't know.
So maybe we search and investigate these 4 statues and see if
Fair.
any one of these 4 statues has the name Van Richten inscribed upon it, perhaps. Maybe. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
is that
start
what you
doing
do?
that.
Okay. I was waiting for some confirmation. That's what you both were
First
doing.
statue, which is, I guess, the one that I am
Mhm.
Oh,
most
yeah, Chapter
recently
11,
peed
Van
next to.
Richten's Tower. It's right there.
Over here, this one. I'm going to 16.
Yeah, so you look it over. There are a little bit of kind of rough marks here or there that may have been maybe battle damage from at some point. But you don't see any purposeful marks or scribes or any sort of inscription put on it.
All right.
One thing
job.
you do see actually while you're looking over it with your 16, you notice that the hands of the clay statue itself actually appear to have a bit of rust in them.
Do you tell me that?
Yeah. Hey, John.
Yes.
This statue's hands appear to have some rust on them.
So maybe
Almost
they can move
like
the
the-
elevator.
Chains, yeah.
How would we get them to do that?
That's it. Now hold on. What if we put the chains in their hands? We can't move the statues, but maybe we can move the chains to the statues.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
I'm not the smartest man, but I do believe that might just be a good idea.
Do the chains budge enough to get him close to it?
So the chains from the ceiling go down into some pulleys,
Yeah.
and the chains go out from there,
Oh.
kind of along where each of the statues are.
Oh.
Almost like it was intentional. Hmm.
All right. Yeah, I start placing trying to, feed chains
Pull
into
the
their
chains
hands.
to the statues.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to easily do that, kind of putting the statue in their hands. The statues are all kind of standing at attention, so you kind of loop it through like one of their hands. You don't see any reaction from the statues, though.
So all of the statues now have chains in their hands?
Yeah, you just kind of like wrapped them around their hand. They're completely motionless. It's almost like they've never been alive in the first place.
Yeah.
If it hadn't beaten you up a second ago, you wouldn't have believed that they even moved.
Van Richten commands you to pull upon the chains.
You do not see any movement from the statues.
Well, dang, that didn't work very well. That's all I had.
That's all I was going to suggest as well. Huh.
Mooney pulls out a flask from his hip and starts drinking.
And I take it from your hand and take a drink.
There you go.
Huh. What do I roll for you to tell me what I'm supposed to do here?
Well, that's just cold hard cash. That's
Oh crap! Well, I'm broke, so I
okay.
guess this is the end of the stream. We'll see you never, guys.
This will be happening in the background
Huh.
because
What if I do an Arcana check on the statues? Ooh.
oof, they're not having
You
they're
don't
having
know
as
nothing.
good of a time as you guys are with it.
Yeah.
I love when I roll a 4.
They're doing just as good as Mooney was.
You guess based on the fact that Mooney was like dead when you walked in that these are animated statues.
Sure was dead.
You don't know necessarily the type of magic that animated it, or even how you would activate something like this. Like maybe you have to be the magic caster to do it. You don't know. The only thing you really do remember is that like magic doesn't really like work in here, or at least
Outside of here.
James's didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not sure if that's like what's going on or what.
So if I roll an insight check, you'll tell me what to do?
I mean, you can try to. I mean, insight would be like determining the motives of someone else. That wouldn't necessarily work on constructs. You'd be able to do it for Mooney.
Can I persuade them into doing something for me?
You can
Mooney's
try.
gonna investigate.
All right, I'm gonna try to persuade them. Hey, in the name of Van Richten, please help us.
Okay.
Mooney
So what
investigated the door.
precisely? Okay, you're investigating the door.
From, the side that we're on now.
Yeah.
Instead of
Okay.
the side that I was on.
Okay, so John, you approach the statue, kind of asking it, please, to help you out, and you do not see any movement from the
I
statue.
really thought that was gonna work.
Mooney, as you approach the door,
There's a doorknob.
you kind of investigate it, kind of looking it over, examining it, and you kind of like tentatively reach out to kind of like see if there's anything going on with it, and you actually kind of grab the handle, and the door just pulls open.
Oh, gosh darn it.
I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier.
What?
Vela James, I opened the door.
Well, you just had to...
Also, I died.
Well, you just had to open it?
Wait, what? What do you mean? What? You died?
Yeah, no, I watched it happen.
And I'm alive again. It's a miracle from the gods.
I mean...
But also mainly the abbot.
guess
I did see
technically,
the abbot before I
probably
came
not.
back to life.
Oh, that's a good sign. Definitely a guy I wanted to see again.
Yeah, he wasn't a complete traitor after all.
Well, if you don't
So that's
die, I guess you won't see him again.
cool, I guess. All it turns out we had to do was open the stupid door from the inside of the tower. Who would guess?
Immediately goes to spearing the door. I was sitting there like, oh my god. He didn't even try to open the door. But with the door open now, Vela will go ahead and join you, and then a little bit after, James will kind of, not really wanting to, but will join you guys in the tower.
That is fair. I am recently back from the dead.
Well, and so as you guys enter, they'd be kind of looking around and be like, "So, what happened? Who killed you?"
Well,
fall?
I dropped down from the ceiling, completely unscathed, may I add. And then I went to try to break open the door with brute force, when these 4 statues behind me proceeded to come to life and beat the ever-loving daylights out of me. At which point, I did die, and then promptly come back to life after seeing a vision of the abbot from which we were betrayed? Question mark. I don't really know still what that whole situation was, but he did keep his word. I am alive still, even though I should not be.
So there's an enchantment on the tower too that anchors the guardians when we damage it. Good to know.
Yeah. Would appear so, yes.
Okay. I mean, my character wouldn't, but that's not what happened.
No, it's not.
Okay.
But
Alright.
Moony, that's how Moony explained it. So
Alright.
that's what's happened.
Cool.
Yeah, Mooney's is still intoxicated, even though he died and came back to life.
Yeah.
Also, John is here.
Yeah, I climbed in. Also
There's
didn't get hurt
John.
when I came down. Didn't fall, though.
Yeah. And then I opened the door,
Well.
and it opened from the inside
Don't
without
know.
any trouble.
Why you wouldn't have tried
After
that
I came back from the dead.
first, but...
Well, the first time I tried to open the door, I got electrocuted, and that didn't feel very good.
Fair enough. I just...
Didn't want to get electrocuted again, I just died instead.
Well... Huh.
Well, when I put it that way, I guess I...
So,
Well,
how do we want to get these guys to
regardless.
move? To lift us up on this elevator, dealy?
oh, what are they supposed to lift it?
They have rust in their hands, just like the chains, so... That's
And
our
when
theory.
we tried to pull the chains, it was really hard, but when we tried to put the chains in their hands, it really felt like it was supposed to be that way.
But they won't do anything.
James kind of like reaches over and rattles one of the chains. You sure this thing can hold us?
No, absolutely not.
It held me, but that was just me.
Yeah. And it technically held me. And that was also me. Just me. A no.
Well, I guess not much else we can do. So what, we just tell these things to go up or something?
I mean, we tried that, and they did nothing.
Though, as he says that, you guys actually see the golem's hands close around the chains.
Oh, come on.
Well,
I'm
it's
angry.
because there's 4 of us now. Maybe.
No, I think it's because he said the right thing.
Oh,
Why didn't we say the word up?
uppies.
We want.
And you see the golems kind of getting into position, seemingly awaiting you to get on the platform.
I get on the platform.
Yeah, Mooney also gets on the platform.
All right, so you guys all kind of get together.
We could do this
onto
one at
the
a time, but
platform
no,
there.
we're doing it all at once. Yes.
As the golems start to pull on the
Why
chains.
are we not doing this one at a time?
And you
We're
feel
intelligent.
like each heave of the chains is just this rickety kind of the platform moving up jerkily up towards the higher levels. The metal, kind of the rusted chains going through the pulleys, just shrieking overhead as you guys go further up into the tower,
Music to
level
my
by
ears.
level,
Do we see anything on any of the levels that looks
until you reach
Oh.
the top floor.
No, I don't want
Oh,
to
look, the top floor.
Where the elevator comes to a stop.
Huh.
This floor is surprisingly well maintained, and actually seems like it's been habitated pretty recently.
Oh.
It still kind of, reeks of mold and mildew, but it looks like a place that someone could have lived in even just like a couple weeks ago. The windows are kind of caked with dirt, and there's the shutters have broken, and the old wooden rafters are kind of bending a little bit under the weight of the roof, but it's intact, and the pulleys that were holding up the elevator platform don't seem to have fallen.
I don't know, I'm gonna investigate the room.
Yeah, around you guys, you see kind of a bed situated off to one wall, a wood stove with plenty of wood stacked up around it, and a desk over in one corner near a suit of armor on the wall.
Probably
Oh. Mooney's gonna go over to the suit of armor and
Okay.
I'll say, Van Richten, guide us to that which we seek. And make, like, magical jazz hands at it. Hope that something happens.
Okay.
I'm gonna investigate the bottom of the bed. 'Cause it looks like there's something there.
Yeah. Yeah, so there is... Okay, yeah. So with that investigation check, you kind of go to the end of the bed where you find a kind of old wooden chest that you actually kind of smell a bit of like a lavender coming from.
Is it locked?
No. You open that up, no problem, and you see a severed human head.
Oh!
Excellent. Lovely.
With kind of its flesh is very waxy, and it appears to be the source of that lavender smell.
Darn it, I had a funny joke that I can't do because my bag's outside.
Huh?
Well, I guess they probably would have brought my bag
Oh.
in, didn't they?
Another severed head? Yeah, from your zombie.
Yeah, you probably would have given it to one of them. So.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take out Scully and make them kiss.
All right. So this, the head of this deceased half elf, you just kind of mush the zombie head against it as it's just like.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah. Kind of like, just like, kind of like a little kid with two dolls.
Yeah, you understand.
Just.
Did you have a child?
Yes, and a wife, and a very successful business.
Yeah, alright. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave you be with that. Regardless, let's try to get this over with. I don't like being in here. Not having my magic is not great.
I put Scully away and also pick up the elf head and take the elf head.
Okay. You're
That
just gonna
could
put it in
be
your bag.
Yeah, I'll put it. I'm gonna hold on to it just in my hand right now.
Van Richten, possibly. Could be. That's
I
all I'm saying.
suppose, but if it is, then someone clearly got to him first.
And I look at the skull or the head and go, "Are you our guide?"
You do not hear a reaction from the skull.
Could be our servant. Now hold on. There is that suit of armor. Now, if it was a servant to a great wizard, presumably it could have been a knight. What if we put the skull in the helmet of the suit of armor?
But it's Van Scully. All right. I walk over and give it to you.
I take off the helmet and I put the head on the suit of armor and I put the helmet over the head. Does it fit?
You can kind of get it to fit. The armor's a bit big for it, so it kind of rattles around in there a bit. But neither the head nor the armor seem to react.
Then I get the head back out and put it in my bag.
Well, that seems to be of little consequence, unfortunately.
I'm going to investigate the desk.
I really hope you didn't almost die just to get a waxy head.
What are we talking about? It's part of my collection.
Yeah, it's weird. You
Says the
look
man
around
who talks
the
to a
desk.
piece of paper. And a voice in his head. But I'm the weird one. I mumble to myself as I walk over to the desk.
Yeah. You look over the desk,
but I also roll a 5, so I don't see anything.
It seems remarkably clean. Like you don't see any sort of like papers or any journals, any like piece of paper at all in or around the desk. Just kind of empty. What is Moony up to?
Mooney is at a loss. He's just investigated the suit of armor, put the head in the suit of armor. Nothing has happened. I guess he takes the head out of the suit of armor and...
yeah, John already took it back.
Oh, right.
Did you... I never saw an investigation check for the armor. You said you were investigating it?
No, yeah, I guess I should do that, huh?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Woo!
I was like, I never saw one. Did I miss it?
No, he didn't actually do it.
Didn't. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have mattered if I did, apparently. I am rolling hot garbage with a 6 investigation.
Yeah. So you kind of looking around, you don't. You see, there's obviously the armor. It's very well put together. It seems like it doesn't look like it's got any sort of like battle damage or anything like that. It's very well maintained. But you don't see anything that kind of strikes you as like a name or something to, like to activate something, or if this is the guide or whatever it is, you're not sure. You don't see anything on the armor that gives you any indication of what that is.
Yeah. Fair.
I'm gonna walk over to whatever this is and investigate that.
Yep, over there you find a small table that looks like it might have been used for like eating. Presumably where this is where the wizard.
No, because I'm rolling the worst investigation checks ever. It's my second crit fail.
Two nat ones in a row. Wow.
You got a lot when that happens.
Regardless, looking this over, you don't actually see anything.
Okay.
Mostly because you're kind of distracted by the fact that this place hasn't really been in use for a while, and yet there seems to be a lot of ash in the fireplace.
Is that the fireplace he's investigating right now?
No.
I'm
He was
investigating the table.
investigating the table, but he got distracted.
Yeah.
That's what that one is.
Oh, is the fireplace where James is? With all the logs?
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of
Yeah.
a wood stove that presumably was used to heat this place.
Now, is that just the stairway I'm looking at?
That is a window.
Oh,
Yeah, there are no stairs here.
this is the top floor, right?
Yeah, it seems the only way up to here is through that elevator.
Yeah.
While this is going on, they'll be investigating on their own as well because they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Maybe one of them will be good. Not? No, maybe. Maybe Vela.
Now, do we know what this is over here? Because
This
John rolled a 5.
Yeah,
It's a table.
so you could tell that it's a small table used for kind of dining. It seems like it was maybe a way for the wizard to separate, the work area from eating. But there doesn't seem to be anything on it. It's just kind of a small wooden table.
Cool. Mooney's gonna go investigate the fireplace.
Yeah, Vela will actually do that as well. Kind of like looking through it with you. And you do notice a couple of small scraps of paper
Oh.
kind of in amongst the
Among
soot
Us?
and the ash.
Seeming a little sus.
It always comes back to Among Us.
It always
Uh,
does.
As you look it over, you see kind of scraps of words on it, pretty much too burned and illegible to actually make out much of. But one thing you do see is that several of the scraps do contain Strahd's name.
Oh.
Whoever,
Mhm.
whatever was being written about, it does mention Strahd in these, right? For whatever reason.
You see Vela kind of looking over one of the smaller scraps, kind of glancing over it closely. The wizard of this tower. What did you say his name was?
And Rickton, I believe.
Then, maybe this was someone else's journal? I see a name. Kazan. And as Vela actually says that, you guys see
The head?
the armor on the wall suddenly begin to move and stand upright at attention.
Ah, joyous day. What'd you say his name was? Kazan?
Yes, Kazan.
Perfect.
Khazan. Well, that did something.
It certainly appears as though it did.
So this
Hold
is
on.
our guy.
I guess it's my passive perception. Oh, I rolled higher than my pass. I did notice Kazan come to attention.
I don't think that's. I think Kazan is the wizard, and Van Richten
don't know.
mentioned the name of the tower. I mean, no, but the wizard's name was supposed to give us a guide, so I don't think. I mean, you're right. I don't know, but I did read, so.
I don't know what your reading comprehension level is.
Let the wizard's name and servant guide you.
It's true.
Well, perhaps we can ask it. If it's responding.
Hello? Are you our guide?
You do not see a reaction from the armor.
Hey, how about that head you had earlier from the chest?
Oh, Van Scully?
I think you mean try saying Kazan again to the
Kazan.
disembodied head.
To the head.
Yeah, to Van Scully.
Okay. The head does not react.
Okay.
What if you try to give the head to the now animated
But I
suit of armor?
Okay. I walk over and give the head to. Reluctantly, you can see the reluctancy in my eyes as I hand him the head.
Fair enough.
The armor is standing at attention. Do you like
I try to
tell
like
to
give it to his
hold it, or-
hand. Take the head.
You will see it raise its hand and take the head from you.
Are you, our guy? Are you gonna show us what we need?
Might you be Van Richten? Servant of Kazan?
The armor seems to turn to you when you say that name.
Ah,
Okay.
Kazan? You like that name? Or maybe you don't?
Can I have the head back?
It's still holding the head in its hand.
Kazan wants you to give me the head back?
As you say that last part,
Oh.
it hands the head back to you.
Oh.
I put it in my backpack. Kazan wants you to. What are we supposed to be looking for?
Kazan demands you give us the knowledge of the ancient.
You see the armor turn slightly towards you, and then it turns towards the wall, and you see it grab a section of the stone kind of peeking out, and it pulls it out with a loud scraping noise and reaches in and pulls a book out from a hole in the wall and moves forward and hands it to you.
Kazan thanks you, Van Richt.
You are now in possession of the Tome of Strahd.
Good.
Woo!
Great. Guess I peek into the Tome of Strahd.
All right. Most of the pages are kind of burned, torn, or unreadable with water damage and mildew from seemingly many years of being in a wall. But you are able to find a little bit. You specifically find 2 pages that seem to be still legible.
Oh, it's so many words. Oh god.
I am the ancient, I am the land, my beginning, lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior, I was good and just. I thundered something, the land like...
If you look below it,
It says
there's
the
the
words.
written out one.
Oh, would you look at that? I didn't have to read weird cursive.
Yeah, you don't have to decipher Strahd's handwriting. We can just assume that Moony can.
Hey, Moony, while still a little drunk, was able to decipher his handwriting.
Yeah.
I was the warrior, I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god. But the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone. and all I had left was death. My army settled into the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just God, or with none of a God's grace or justice.
And then I read the
called
third
for my
paragraph.
family.
I called for my family, long unseated from the ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. And then I'll let you keep reading.
Okay. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty who was called Perfection, Joy, and Treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy. But she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder, and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed. The date was set.
With words she
With
called
words.
me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the aged that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine.
The death she saw in me turned her from me. So I came to hate death. My death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called to death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a greater anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I had made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever.
It was 1,000 feet through the mist. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Arrows from the cast of gods pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live. I became undead forever.
I have
I
studied
studied
much
much.
since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, the cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun.
I have often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her to love me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall shut the walls. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs that none may disturb me. Well, it seems like we need to go find that sword that Sergei brought.
Yeah. And then we'll probably have to stab him with a stake to stop him from moving and then probably cut off his head.
You know, something to that effect. It would seem that way, yes.
Alright. Well, let's go find the
Yeah, I
sword.
would have to presume that has to relate to the, card of power and strength, and Tales of a Weapon of Vengeance, and Sword of Sunlight, and a garden with snow.
He seems to connect the sword to sunlight quite a bit. It very well might be the one that we saw in that vision. If so, then it would seem he already has it. If indeed he was the one we saw.
Now, it could be that he was not the one, so, but presumably he was, well, not presumably, it says so in this here journal, tome, even, that he was his brother. So very well, they could look very similar. Could be very similar in nature.
I didn't see much of a face in my vision.
Nor did I.
I can't say I saw anything else.
Perhaps he is still the one that holds that sword. Sergei, that is.
I mean, maybe, but didn't... The thing says that he killed him.
Well, here's what it says. We can't know for certain.
You'd think if he did all this to just to steal a woman. He is certainly a foul creature.
Yeah. And at best, a hopeless romantic.
Though it certainly now makes sense why he seemed to so heavily seek after the young daughter of the Burgermeister.
Quest for the bride that he lost.
Indeed.
Not that he ever had her, really. I mean, he lost. I mean, she wasn't his. She's not property, but you know what I mean.
According to the prophecies, it does say that that sword is somewhere within a garden dusted with snow, though.
Yeah, if it's still there.
As much as I hate to say it, we have been to a garden of sorts dusted with snow.
Why do we have to keep going back to the places we burned down?
Yeah,
Well, it's
that's
hardly us that burns them down.
yeah, it's not really us so much as the person
Our actions
pursuing us.
and choosing to fight Strahd. I mean, he
I'm
was
fairly certain that Strahd was responsible for both of them burning.
I mean, he wasn't. To be fair, he was a jerk, but he wasn't, killing whole towns at once before we came around. We have angered him for some reason.
I would have to presume it's because he knows that we are the ones responsible for his inevitable downfall.
Yeah, totally.
He claims that he's fought many a group of our kind before. I don't see why we'd be any different.
Yeah, but it
his
did.
eyes.
Did they have the power of gypsies on their side? I mean, the power of fortune tellers?
I can't say.
I miss those fortune tellers.
Yeah, I do too. They sure know how to have a good time.
It was fun. We should try to meet up with them when we're done with this.
I agree. Nothing quite like a near-death experience to really encourage you drinking properly. I mean, it's a power of friendship.
Well,
I guess
if this is the only thing we came for, let's get out of here.
It's time to go back to Kresk again.
I feel empty without my magic.
Let's hit the road then.
Let's
down.
So you guys hear rattling of the chains as you climb on and say down. As you guys descend further into the tower, back to the bottom floors.
Alright, I'm gonna go open the door and leave.
Yep, you guys.
I mean, the door is already open.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, you guys head right outside the door to the still burning wreckage of the wagon.
Oh, that's true. I'll stand over here.
So nice and warm.
As you guys set back out for another place that you had fled from not one day ago.
Yep. It's a little early, but I
now,
feel like that might be a really good stopping point.
Yeah, but now I've died once, so that's pretty cool. I've grown as a character.
It is a pretty good stopping point. I do agree. Hey, and you guys left a place and it didn't burn down.
Well, I mean, the outside did.
True.
Yeah. Well, one part of it very much is still.
No. Part of it's still burned down. We don't get to get credit.
You guys do not get credit for it yet. Yep. You have to leave a place and it has to stay functional.
Well,
and
you know, do we want to,
go
for
back.
the sake of stream, say that we leave Lake Baratok and headed back towards Kresk and made it to Kresk?
Yeah. So.
I feel like there might be stuff that happens on the road.
You guys have gone back and forth through this so many times that I'm not super concerned about narrating the whole journey, unless something obviously happens. The only so I will say the major things is, so you guys heading out, I do want to know, Mooney, are you still holding on to the book? Are you giving it to someone else? If so, how are you storing that?
I want to say I'd probably give it to Vela.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling that this book is, the tome, rather, is somehow cursed. Because, it does
Okay.
have Stroud's name attached to it.
Okay.
And that Mooney does not feel equipped to handle this book.
Okay. Yeah, so she can absolutely hold on to that. Yeah. Yeah, she'll go ahead and put that in her bag.
Lovely.
All right, so you guys will head back over to Kresk, and we'll pick up with you guys arriving back in Kresk,
Woo!
seeing what state it's in.
Will I collect more heads? Probably.
Will everyone
One of
be
each
dead?
race.
Probably.
Who knows? Tune in next time to find out.
Yeah. Really, at this point, he's just looking for more heads to
Yeah,
add
no,
to his
I've
collection.
decided that. I'll talk about that in post show.
Yeah.
If
All
you want to know about it, you should have been
Yeah.
here when we recorded this.
True.
Oops.
Oh, you didn't discover this till 2 years from now because no one's watching it? That's on you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Sounds like a
Should have been
skill
on the
that-
ground floor.
But also, like, what I'm going to discuss is probably going to happen in the episodes, so you'll just see it.
Yep.
Yep.
No worries.
Bye,
We'll handle
everyone. On YouTube. And
Bye.
Bye,
I guess
YouTube.
technically Spotify.
Bye, YouTube and Spotify.
Bye-bye.
Bye.